Hi, thanks so much for joining me for an idle chat. Today, again, I get to talk to two neutrals. This is Ashley. This is Jeff. Thanks so much for joining me, guys.
Thank you.
All right. So you know the name of the game. We shuffle up the cards. The cards will dictate the riveting questions that you're meant to answer.
Um,
All right. And shall we go ladies first?
Sure.
All right. Miss Ashley, what question would you like to ask a time traveler who visits you from 200 years in the future?
Well, I suppose my first thought is probably most people's obvious answer, which is what to invest in. Uh, but I suppose what I'd be most curious about outside of kind of practical purposes would be how AI has influenced society.
Good questions. I would ask the same, I think. Jeff, what's the best flavor of ice cream?
Ooh, the best flavor of ice cream. My favorite is actually Oreo cookie. And that's because for years, I was crumbling Oreo cookies into vanilla ice cream as a kid. And it brings back a lot of really good memories.
Right? Summertime, after church on a Sunday, my grandmothers and great grandmothers would line up all the old hand crank homemade ice cream machines. And we got to draw straws to see which one of us, multiple grandchildren, would get to add the flavor. And Oreos was always my choice.
Oh, that's terrific.
Good choice. I like that one.
They
Uh,
were ahead of their time, in terms of swirls and toppings. That's great.
some of us just got it plugged in.
Right. Good for
That's
you.
right. Miss Ashley, what did you eat for breakfast today?
Black coffee.
There
Every
you go.
day. I'm not a breakfast eater. Yeah, I start my day with black coffee, and then I'm like a apple hazelnut butter or macadamia nuts, kind of at the point at which I guess people would call it lunch, but it's breakfast for me.
That's how you stay so fit. Good for you.
Breakfast and champions.
Good for you. Jeff, do you prefer working from home or going into the office?
Oh, Natalie, I not only was going into the office, I was going into the courtrooms three, sometimes four times a week for 3 decades as a divorce and family law litigator. And I am not only free from that, free from litigation, and I'm working online with Ashleigh now worldwide. And I transcend time zones by doing it and reach out to people in far off places. And I could never do it from an office setting. I have to do this at times remotely. And the work we do is remote. It's online. It gives people the ability to tap into it from anywhere. So very quick answer. I love it. It is life changing.
It is the best pivot that our industry has seen in decades.
I can't even tell you. It's the silver lining of COVID, to be honest with you. I experienced it during a very pivotal point, in my career in litigation, because even the courts were pivoting to online, and the hearings were taking place online, and it was a challenge learning how to try a case, a 9-day divorce trial on Zoom. This was incredibly challenging. So to segue into work from home, wow, really, really transformational. I know people use that word a lot lately, but for me, it was a life-changing moment. And for Ashley, it's funny because I bring it up all the time, and she says to me, like she's been doing it for a long time with teaching, and long before COVID, right, Ashley? I mean, it was,
I was hybrid before COVID. So I had a lot of online teaching experience, but I also taught on campus.
And that makes sense to blend it that way. So I think the answer is I love it. I do think that there's absolutely a place for being able to pop in and see someone and water cooler talk and all this fun idle chat that we're having right now, but doing it in person, especially when you're mentoring. But for me, the access to the clients and the convenience to the parents who are struggling, with so many other things on their plate, that's what really makes a difference for us.
Sure. No, I completely agree. Plus, I think we need to give some feedback to the various organizations and associations. We go to all these events. If the event just said you're welcome to wear your slippers, I'd sign up a whole lot faster.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Miss Ashleigh, does there happen to be a word that you just regularly misspell?
I don't think so. I'm actually a pretty strong speller. I would say the one I'm most cautious about misspelling is mediation versus meditation. That's the one I'm most aware of not wanting to misspell. But no, I don't think.
Letting Siri do it.
Yes, it happens. I can tell you in a spelling bee as a kid, I misspelled the word tongue. So that word haunts me to this day.
Some of them can really get you caught up. For me, it's the word definitely.
Mm.
I don't know why. Definitely. I have to mispronounce it to spell it correctly. Let's see. Jeff, do you prefer things to be carefully planned out, or are you kind of a go with the flow kind of a guy?
Wow. If I could divide it into two compartments, one personal life and one work life, I'd say there's a big difference, because in my work life, with Ashleigh's help, with what we call the two coach approach, we really keep each other in check, right? Or rather, she keeps me in check in terms of our organization and the way we structure our mediations and our coaching. But in terms of my personal life, wow. I mean, I really love, part of the excitement of going away, for example, is being at the airport. If I have to lay over for 6 hours, it's being at the airport, and being around people that are traveling and just wondering where they're going and seeing the planes come and go. So I think I'm very not planned. I take things like last minute trips and very spontaneous, and I can do that now with the kind of work we do, just with a laptop. So it's terrific.
Go with the flow. All right. Oh, Ashleigh, imagine that we're right on the edge of the next zombie apocalypse. You can choose 3 people to be on your team for survival. Who are you going to take with you?
And is the goal for me to choose people I actually know, or just anybody in the
It's
world?
your zombie apocalypse, my friend. You can choose anybody you want.
Okay, well, I'm going to take Jeff with me, and I'm going to take my husband, Ian. I'd like also a bonus, like 0.5 for my 5-pound dog. If he has to count as a person, I'm taking him. Even if it's at my own detriment, he's coming with me for sure. And then I think celebrity-wise, I'd go with like a Richard Branson, somebody who's an out-of-the-box thinker who might help us navigate.
And probably would invite you into his bunker.
That would be excellent. But at the end of the day, if I'm going down with zombies, I'd like to go down with, the people I'm close to. I guess I couldn't choose between my family members, so I just take Jeff and my husband and my dog, I think, at the end of the day.
Sounds like a good group to me. Jeff, is there anything that you just cannot live without?
Oh, right now it's Ashleigh, my esteemed business partner. But beyond that, I couldn't live without. I'm gonna go deep. Without connection. Without connection, I really thrive and I breathe. My heart beats on connection. And right now, one of the major ones is with my 91-year-old father with dementia in a nursing home nearby. And that connection is a new one. Every day, it's actually a new one. So I think that is the one thing that I couldn't live without right now.
Other humans, yeah.
Other humans, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The ones that you love and that love you. Yep.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's the good stuff.
What?
The good stuff. Miss Ashleigh, if you never needed to sleep again, how would you use all that extra time?
Sleeping does take up a lot of time. I would be more helpful, I think, around the house. I would organize. I love organizing. I don't feel like I ever have enough time to like fully get my house the way I would love to get it. So I think I would start there. Probably cook and prep food so it's ready to go when we want it and make the days better. Talk to people in other time zones who are in waking hours. I guess those are the top three.
I think that's a really good list of three. Jeff, would you rather have an incredible sense of smell or an incredible sense of direction?
I'd rather have incredible sense of smell. Because maybe I could like smell my way there, that's the first thought. But other than that, I think that it's something I may have been missing, because I've always had some, whatever it is, allergies and things like that, where I always felt that other people could smell better than me and are enjoying the good smells. I kind of disregard the times when they have smelled things bad, but I feel like it's not as strong for me, as opposed to someone who's like a super smeller, so I'd really, I think super smelling capacity, like what Murphy has, which our co-founder, is he around? You could show him. Oh, he's right there, of course. He's where oh yeah, there he is.
For
Oh,
smell.
I love it. So anyhow, I'm gonna channel Murphy's olfactory functions.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Miss Ashleigh, who is your favorite cartoon or comic book character?
Oh, that's a tough one. I would say my favorite cartoon period is Inside Out. Choosing between the feelings is a little difficult. I guess I would choose anxiety from Inside Out too.
Mm.
Okay, I'm not familiar. It hasn't
Oh.
hit the French channels. I'll have to look it up.
I hope it gets to you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun cartoon.
All right, I'll look for it. Jeff, what's the most interesting building that you've seen or been inside?
The most interesting building that I've seen or been inside. I'm going to make it recent because it just came up in a conversation with Ashleigh, where a colleague and good friend has a very reputable Boston law firm in the Federal Reserve building. And it sits on two legs, and there's open space underneath and a beautiful, courtyard that's elevated, sort of off of his office. And you go through metal detectors, because it's a Federal Reserve building in Boston. So I think that one was the most interesting, the way it was sitting up on legs.
That is cool. I love that kind of engineering. Miss Ashleigh, what's your favorite city?
Oh, my husband and I were married in Wailea in Maui, so I would say that holds a really special place. My mom's side of the family is from southern Italy, and I really loved Sorrento in particular. So I guess those two are tied, very different places, but
Yeah, but both so beautiful.
Mhm.
Both so beautiful. Jeff, what's the worst job you've ever had?
The worst job I ever had was when I was 19 years old, before going into the Navy, working for a private detective agency in Brooklyn, New York, where I had to do surveillance on cheating spouses, and got myself into a few pickles. And that was, a lot of picture taking and a lot of note taking and a lot of donut eating and coffee drinking. So that was like, surveillance is not fun. It's boring. And if you fall asleep and you miss something, you get in trouble. That was the bad part. That's how I screwed up. I fell asleep on the job. But I had sat there in the Poconos at a resort where they had like a heart-shaped tub and rose petals, at the doorway. And I honestly thought that they were going to be there for a while. It just, the whole thing happened way too soon. I don't know what went on inside those doors, but it was just too fast. Sorry.
That's an excellent story. Excellent story. Oh my goodness. Ashleigh, what's your favorite hobby?
well, I really enjoy making candles. And
Mm.
so I would say that's probably, I don't I guess it's a hobby. I'd say that's probably my favorite. I also recently got into vinyls, so that is my most recent exciting hobby.
Ooh, how
And which
fun.
one's your favorite, Ashley?
What's what?
Which ones are your favorite? You got to share.
My favorite vinyls?
Yeah.
Well, I am a Swiftie, so I have lots of Taylor Swift vinyls and I do love them. But also have been really into the National and Gracie Abrams. Those are probably my two non-Swiftie favorite vinyls so far.
And do you play them politely so as not to bother neighbors, or you just turn it up and tear the knob off?
You know, I'm really fortunate that our houses are fairly well built. We don't have a lot of sound issues despite our houses being pretty close together. So to my knowledge, I am both being loud and respectful.
Good.
Rock on, girl. Rock on. Jeff, what is one question that you wish that I would ask you, and then how would you answer it?
I wish that you would ask how Ashley and I are different in what we do. And am I answering it?
Yes.
And how our interdisciplinary approach to co-mediation online, where psychology and law intersect, helps families resolve their problems, especially when there are children involved. And that's it.
That's nice. I think finding someone who compliments you in that way is such a luxury.
Wow, that's a good way of putting it. It was a gift. It was
Yeah,
a true gift, Ashley.
truly, truly, yeah. Uh, Ashley, oh, I'm not even going to ask you this one. I think I can guess the answer. What's the most beautiful beach you've been to?
Mm.
That is probably going to have to go to Wailea, though I also found the beaches in Australia to be beautiful. Both, I was in Melbourne. There were really beautiful areas there. We were in Cairns. That was beautiful, much more tropical. And Sydney is like a cleaner, more friendly version of Los Angeles. So I thought their beaches were really cool as well.
All right, Jeff, what movie can you just watch over and over and over, never get tired of?
All right, here it goes. Believe it or not, it's Grease with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, and there's a reason why. And it's because I played Danny Zuko in the school play, and it was at a time when I was making new friends in a new school and bringing to me from New York City to rural New Jersey that New York swagger, you know, with a leather jacket and things that came natural to me that a really great drama teacher helped me channel into that role. And then I just watched it. I must have seen it 65 times at least already. You know, you know, I sing along when no one's listening, and it's Grease, yeah,
I think we all sing along.
right. Some are loving
No,
it.
we all do. You roll down the windows and you put on your best opera voice and just let it go.
Gotta do it.
Absolutely. Let's see, Miss Ashley, what is the most recent show you binge watched?
Watched. I was going to say, and I'll just throw it in there anyway, my current favorite show is Severance, but it's dropping week to week. I would so happily binge it if they would give me all of the episodes. But that doesn't answer your question. You know what I did binge was Somebody Somewhere on HBO. I think, to the best of my memory, that was the most recent show I binged.
Right. That's another big benefit of technology. We can sit in our yoga pants and, you know, binge watch with our laptops on our legs.
Absolutely.
Good one. Let's see. Jeff, where's the best place to take a walk?
There is right now the best place that I've ever taken a walk in my life, about 5 minutes down the road from me, and it's Crystal Cove, between Corona del Mar and Laguna Beach. And there's a place called Morro Canyon, upper and lower, and the trails are incredible, and the view is incredible. and the sunsets, you can't even imagine, you know. So it's just nice to be here in the sunshine, more sunshine, you know, that really helps. It brings people outside.
Wow. In Southern California, you have 350 days a year that are 75 and sunny.
Yeah, and the people are taking advantage of it from what I've seen. They're out there with their dogs and they're out there holding hands, you know, with their partners and of all ages, you know, and that's really inspiring to see that kind of, it's a healthy lifestyle, you know, and I think that it does equate to physical health because of the activity that people are involved in outdoors, you know, but I just have a feeling about sunshine. I'm not really sure vitamin D or whatever it is, but it's working for a lot of people out here.
Yeah, outside is good for us.
It really is.
Good to be outside. Let's see. Oh, Miss Ashleigh, do you eat food that is past its expiration date, even if it still smells and looks okay?
You know, this is probably a bigger reveal. I don't eat a lot of foods with expiration dates. Probably my answer to give more insight to my overnight, not sleeping food prep is I do make most foods from scratch. So I don't know. I think if it was like slightly past an expiration date and still smell good, I probably would. But yeah, I'm not sure.
All right. That's a very fair answer. Very fair answer. Do you play any musical instruments?
Ooh, can I? I won't play, but I just want to show you because it's right here. And this is a digital saxophone. This is a Yamaha digital saxophone that plays all of the different saxophones and about 60, maybe 70 different musical instruments and sounds. And it connects and it's terrific.
How fun is that? I've never seen such a thing.
Yep, and this way I can, you know, play along with different, you know, saxophonists online on YouTube videos. Whether they're playing a soprano, I just changed it, you know, with my button, and it's just a lot of fun. The same fingering as the soprano saxophone. So you know, the mouthpiece is the same size, but the reed is a bit different. It's not wood; it's plastic, and it vibrates and sends you know, electronic data through its little speaker. Yeah, it's amazing.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Miss Ashleigh, do you buy lottery tickets?
I don't personally buy them, but I do love when they are bought for me. I find them very fun, just like regular scratchers. So I don't bring myself to buy them for myself, but do have a lot of fun scratching them off and, seeing,
All right.
seeing what happens.
All right. That would work for me too. I could go down that road.
Ask
Um,
time traveler what the winning numbers are. You
yeah.
know, a little heads up.
Right. What cryptocurrency do I need to put my money in today? Yeah. Miss Ashleigh, Ashleigh, tell me, what is it that you love most about the work that you do and the clients you work with?
I would say what I love most about the clients I work with is seeing the ripple effects of how them getting through the conflict they're experiencing makes them more available parents, for example. And then the children are better adjusted, they go to school, they have better friendships, they're able to concentrate and learn. They're better to their, new partners if there are them. They're better to their coworkers. So I get a lot of satisfaction from the idea that helping one or two or three people in a situation then goes on to positively affect many more people. So I'd say that's my favorite part.
Just going around making better humans.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Yeah, helping
All
people
right.
be their best selves so they can help other people be their best selves too.
Excellent. Jeff, same question to you. What do you love most about the work that we do?
The work that we're doing that Ashley just described and those ripple effects, what I heard was how it has an impact on the relationships primarily that are outside of the individual. And what Ashley and I have developed is this focus also on the me in mediation, the internal mediator that is there to help you compromise among conflicting parts that are all out to protect you, They want the best for you, but sometimes they just have to step aside, you know, and allow other parts to move forward. And that's how we see this amazing thing happening in mediation, because we get people through that introspection, you know, prepped and primed to come to an agreement with themselves first, that I'm going to be agreeable. I'm going to be an agreeable person today, and I'm going to come to compromise. And then when they then have to interact with others, it's magical. The way they speak, the way they write, their emails change, things start to change. And when Ashleigh and I notice that during our sessions, it's so rewarding.
Good work, you guys. What's the best way for somebody to learn more about what you're talking about? How can they reach out to you?
Well, they could go to our website, www.quantumadr for alternative dispute resolution.com. And there's a link there to our joint calendars for a free consultation with Jeff and me, so that people can kind of get to know us, and we can talk about what problem they're facing and whether it would be a good forum for them to explore. We're all over social media, so that would be another option for people who are more drawn to, you know, Instagram, LinkedIn, something along those lines. I think those would be the best ways to find us.
Excellent. Well, you guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate that you spent, you know, a few of your really valuable minutes away from clients and with me in an idle chat.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It was a fun interview.
It really was.